Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Most welcome to the class of business law. Today is our 8th lecture of business law. Dear students, in the previous lectures we discussed different concepts, different topics related to the contract, such as essential elements of contract, offer and acceptance, as well as the consideration, the capacity of parties, the other essential elements of the contract. Today we will discuss the remedies for breach of contract and quasi contract. Dear students, due to the length of your video, we will discuss only one topic, that is recession of a contract. We will discuss two topics, that is recession of a contract and suit for damages. The remaining topics, such as suit upon quantum merit, suit for a specific performance, suit for injunction, and quasi contract. These four topics will be discussed in the lecture 9. Today only we discuss the recession of a contract and suit for damages. Let me start with the very first topic, that is introduction, that what is the breach of contract. We better know, we studied in the previous lectures that a contract is an agreement or promise made between two or more parties that the court will enforce. It means that enforceably or enforceable by law. Any agreement that is enforceable by law is called contract. If you remember, in the first class of the business law, we defined the contract. Contract is an agreement or promise that is made between two or more parties that the court will enforce. The court will enforce means enforceable by law. In some cases, this agreement or this promise which is made by the two or more parties are not kept by any party. By any party, this agreement is not kept. The situation called breach of contract. When the agreement is not kept till the end of the contract, till the performance of the contract, any party or the both of parties fails to keep the contract till the performance, this situation is called the breach of contract, which means failure to keep the promise or agreement of a contract. Dear students, when any party from the contract fails to keep the contract or promise or agreement till the end of the contract or till the performance of the contract, it is called the breach of contract. Breach means matawal, contract matawal, qarardad matawal. Any of the party breaches the contract, the other party will be entitled with the compensation. Any party of the contract breaches the contract, the other party, the remaining party, will be entitled with the compensation. So let's study that. Breach of contract is legal cause of action in which binding agreement is not honored by one or another more of the parties. So breach of contract is a legal cause of action in which binding agreements are not honored. Tadalshave agreement न पाती की द यो पार्टी लखवाना या द दोरो पार्टी लखवाना contract न पाती की. When one party to contract breaches the control, the other party who is not at fault has certain remedy available to him or certain compensation available to him. Before I told you, if any party breaches the contract, the other party will be entitled with the compensation. But all the remedies are not available at the proper time. The aggrieved party has one or more remedies available depending upon the facts and circumstances of each such cases. The such circumstances or the facts of the case will be discussed, case will be investigated. After that, the remedies will be available to the aggrieved parties. These remedies are as follow. The first is recession of a contract. Recession of a contract means the right to the party to cancel the contract. If one of the party breaches the contract, the other party is entitled to cancel the contract. He can resign the contract. He can cancel the contract. He has right to cancel the contract because other party has breached the contract. In case of breach of contract, the other party may resign the contract. Party rightfully resigned the contract entitled to compensation. Example of recession: A promises B to supply 100 bags of rice on a certain date and promises to pay the price on receipt of the goods. A does not deliver the goods on the appointed day or the mentioned date. B need not to pay the price because he is entitled to cancel the contract. He also does not pay price to the B because B breached the contract. Party rightfully resigned contract entitled to compensation. Section 75 of the contract explains that any party that has right to resign the contract entitled to compensate. Person who rightfully resigned the contract is entitled to compensate for any damage which he has sustained through the non-fulfillment of the contract. For example, a singer, we can say, a singer contract with B. Manager of a theatre to sing at his theatre for 2 nights in every week during the next 2 months. And B engages to pay rupees 100 for each night. On the next 6th night, A willfully absent herself from the theatre and B in consequences resigned the contract. B is entitled to claim compensation for the damages which he has sustained through the non-fulfillment of the contract. So it is the right of the resignee, the right of the person who resigned the contract to demand compensation from the other party who breached the contract. Next, the suit for damages. Next topic is the suit for damages. Damages are the monetary compensation allowed for loss. If loss exists in the contract, the other party will demand damages, and these damages will be on the base of monetary compensation. Monetary compensation means that the money will be granted to the other party, to the party who resigned the contract. The purpose of damage is to compensate the aggrieved party and not to punish the party at fault. It is not punishment, it is aggrieved. They are agreed in the start of the contract. When the contract was formulating, when the contract was establishing, at that time they were agreed that any one of us breaches the contract, the other party will be compensated with the monetary system. It is not to punish the party. While determining the damages, the court takes following points into account. The first is the inconvenience caused by the non-performance. If the one party will not perform, his performance is liability, then inconvenience will be caused. Inconvenience means the court will take action against the person who will not perform his liability in the contract. Next, the kinds of damages. The first is ordinary damages. Ordinary damages are those which naturally arose in the usual course of things and directly as a result of the breach of the contract. These are ordinary damages. Ordinary damages are those damages which arise in the usual course of things and directly as a result of the breach of contract. The measure of ordinary damages is difference between the contract price and the market price at date of the breach. For example, a contract to deliver 100 bags of rice at rupees 100 a bag on a future date. On the due date, he refuses to deliver. The price on that day is rupees 110 per bag. The measure of damage is the difference between market price on the date of the breach and the contract price, which was rupees 100. So there is difference between 110 rupees and 100, that is 10 rupees per bag. So the bags are 100, so 100 multiplied by 10, 1000 rupees will be granted to the party who has the right to rescind the contract. So this is called ordinary contract. Next is the special damage. Special damages are those damages that are payable for the loss arising on account of some special or unusual circumstances. For example, A delivers B a common carrier, that is machine to be conveyed. Common carrier, that is machine to be conveyed without delay to A's mill, informing B that his mill is stopped for want of the machine. B unreasonably delay the delivery of the machine, and A in consequence loses a profitable contract with the government. A is entitled to recover from B by way of compensation the average amount of profit which would have been made by the working of mill during the time that delivery of it was delayed, but however the loss sustained through the loss of the government contract cannot be claimed. This is called special damage. Ali the Ahmad sara contract کو چې ماته ماشین راوړه بغیر له دې نه چې ناوخته شي ماته په دې تاریخ باندې ماشین ورسوه ځکه چې زما مل بند دی ډیو ټو دیٹ ماشین. احمد ماشین unreasonably delay په ریزلټ کې دغه مل والا چې علي دی علي د ګورنمنت سره یو قرارداد له لاسه ووت تر څو مل بندو دغه فیکټري بندوه نو د یو ګورنمنت سره یو پروفیټیبل قرارداد له لاسه ووت نو اوس علي انټایټلډ دی چې د کمپنسیټ شي خو دا کمپنسیشن on the monetary base وي او نه چې د هغه قرارداد چې د ګورنمنت سره له لاسه ویسي هغه ګټه د احمد نه نشي اخیستی اما هغه تاوان اخیستی شي کوم تاوان چې د ماشین د بندېدو د فیکټري د میل د بندېدو له وجې دیتا اوښتی هغه تاوان اخیستلی شي. That is called special damage. Next, exemplary or vindictive damage. Exemplary or vindictive damage means that intiqami damage. Vindictive damage or exemplary damage mana intiqami damage, intiqam akhsalu damage. These damages are awarded against the party who has committed a breach of contract. The objective of punishing the errings as default party and to compensate the aggrieved party. Errings means fault, غلطی کول. هغه پارټي چې غلطی کوي هغه باید هغه نه باید انتقام واخیستل شي. That is called vindictive damages. These damages are awarded in case of action on loss or breach of promise. For example, breach of contract to marry. Although it's a social contract, but it is a breach of contract between two parties. Dishonor of check by the bank without any proper reason. So dishonor of check by the bank without any proper reason will be, the bank will be penalized by damage. Clear? Next is nominal damage. Nominal damages are awarded to the aggrieved party when there is only technical violation of the legal rights. Technical violation. Takhniki barbadi of the legal rights. Legal rights technically violated kharab shui thi. Here no substantial loss is caused. Substantial loss देखिए निश्चित. These damages are very small in amount. They are awarded simply to recognize the right of the party to claim damages for the breach of the contract. For example, a contract to purchase a scooter from B, but he failed to purchase the scooter. However, the demand for the scooter far exceeded the supply and B could sell the scooter agreed to be purchased without loss of profit. B is entitled only to nominal damages. Next, damages for inconvenience, which we studied before. If the party has suffered physical inconvenience, discomfort or mental agony as a result of the breach of contract, the party can recover the damages for such inconvenience. For example, a contract to B that B will perform the A's wedding as a photographer. A contracted with B that B will perform as a photographer in his marriage party, in A's marriage party, but B failed to perform as a photographer in marriage party. The groom will demand the damages for his inconvenience. Inconvenience zdat zarban rasidal. Zdat zarba rasidali che zama po wada ki ta taswiran ni diakisi, no, he will demand damages and the inconvenience damage from that person. Next is liquidated damages and penalty. Sometimes parties themselves at the time of entering into a contract agrees that a particular sum will be payable by a party in case of breach of contract. They become agree in the party that we will be penalized, we will be payable by a party in case of breach of the contract by him. From the start, from the beginning, they become agree in the agreement that if someone of the party breaches the contract, the other party will be payable. Other party will be payable. Clear? That is liquidated damages and penalty. Liquidated damages, the essence of liquidated damage is a genuine convented pre-estimate of damages. The stipulated sum payable in case of breach is to be regarded as liquidated damages. If it is found that parties to the contract consciously try to make a pre-estimate of the loss, which might happen to them in case of the contract was broken by any of them. Next, penalty. The essence of penalty is a payment of money stipulated as in term of the offending party. In other words, if it is found that the parties made no but still stipulated a sum to be paid in case of a breach of it with the object of concerning the offending party to perform the contract, it is a case of penalty. It's a case of penalty. Next, payment of interest. It is permissible when the contract provides that the payment of money is to be made on particular date and the failure by a party will attract the payment of a specific percentage of interest. It's simple, it's common sense. The other party will demand interest on that payment. Cast of suit or decree. Cast of suit or decree means the order of court, the qaza farman. The court has also the discretion to award the cost of suit for damages. Court also orders the one party to get the compensation for the damages of the contract or for the breach of contract. In addition to the damages for the breach of contract, this damage is remedy is available to the party who own the case. Clear? This was today's lecture. We will discuss the remaining part of the today's lecture in lecture 9. For now, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Have a nice time.